Yeah. So
Yeah, Kyle, this is your idea.
yeah. Yeah, sorry guys. So I'll start. Ed Sheeran's someone that historically I've had a mixed feelings on. I like some of his stuff. I thought like his Multiply album, I thought was actually really solid. He has some other solid songs here and there, particularly off Divide. I like a couple of those. Otherwise, I found him to be pretty by the numbers, boring in some aspects. But he has some hits I like. Figured I heard some decent things about this record. Figured I'd check it out, and I'll get into more later. But very disappointed, especially from where he went on the past two albums before this. Very disappointed to see that this was not in that vein at all.
Yeah. Mike, do you want me to go or do you want to go?
I'll just go. Yeah, it's
Okay, Mike,
fine.
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy an artist who kind of brings like an acoustic kind of kind of style of album to kind of the pop landscape, and those songs can be pretty easy to win me over when they're done correctly. So I kind of came into this with high hopes that, the songs that I've heard from him, I've actually been like, yeah, like I have no problem with those. They're not bad at all. And if anything, I prefer them over like, like Nicki Minaj or any of this other kind of like style music that finds its way at the top of the charts. So like if I'll take like musical proficiency and like kind of an acoustic kind of flavor over like an electronic beat driven song any day. So I kind of came into this with that hope, but I mean, in the same vein that Kyle was kind of coming at, I definitely think this is what we like to call the big open missed opportunity that I kind of was getting a continuous theme of, and yeah, I'll kind of go more into my actual breakdown of the album.
Yeah, cool. For me, I mean, I've been and I mean, I've dabbled into more of his like some of his deeper tracks, not all of them. I mean, like some cuts like Supermarket Flowers, I think are brilliant. Like it really shows you how good of a lyricist he can be. Especially in like our modern world of like hit pop song, hit pop song, hit pop song here and there. Or just one single where he actually tries to put his albums typically have like one or two really big hits with a lot of other good songs in there, like good plus to an extent for the most part, which I appreciate him for doing. Divide was especially in like 2017. You could not escape Shape of You or Perfect or Castle on the Hill at all. Those are all pioneering songs on the radio, and now they're just played on adult contemporary stations to this day. I have to tell you, I coming off of Equals, kind of similar to what Kyle said, coming off of Equals, which had Bad Habits and Shivers, and a lot of other really good songs on there too, like the Joker and the Queen. I know he did it with Taylor Swift as well. Actually, a version of that he did a version of Bad Habits with Bring Me the Horizon. So the dude has been around, experimenting around the past couple of years, the past maybe 2 or 3 years or so. With different types of sounds and different types of you could tell Bad Habits was definitely very much more of a pop like driven sound, and so was Shivers. Those were the two big hits. But stuff like Overpass Graffiti, I thought was actually really good. Joker and the Queen, as I mentioned, was good. So going into this one though with Subtract, and I was like, it's kind of like, and I just listened to it again for like the second or third time, before we went live tonight. It's kind of like if you took it's weird. I appreciate his style, like for trying something different, because like the past 2 or 3 records for him have been like consistent of huge, big pop hits, and this was much more of a quieter record. It was very much like this slower to an extent. The only really big hit off it at the moment right now is Eyes Closed. We'll get into the track listing in a second, but overall, I was taken back by how like soft it was. I guess that's one way of putting it. I guess you could say also like not maybe not me, but like not putting me to sleep at least, but like just being like, he's got him trying something like this. I applaud him for trying it, but it was a little bit too slow for me, a little bit too like not boring, just slow and not as interesting as I thought the songs would be outside of like Eyes Closed and whatnot. I just want to say something too. I will be seeing Ed Sheeran with my family and my lovely amazing girlfriend, who will be seeing him in next month actually when he hits our area at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We're excited to see him. To be honest, I really hope he plays like 2 songs off this album and that's it, because he has so many other hits under his belt and so many other really good songs as well. Why would he only go to this? We'll get to that towards the end, but that's just me, because I really hope I hear like Eyes Closed and that's really it for me at least. I'm not sure what your standout tracks are for you guys. We'll get into that right now. So overall, I enjoyed what I heard, but it was definitely a step in a more emotional direction, a much more of what's the word? I can't think of, like much more of like a heartfelt direction for him.